Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Spotlight of the City. I'm your host, Stan Long, along with my super duper co-host to the left, my right hand to the left, Dana Dane. What's going on, Dana?
Hey.
We have a wonderful show for you guys today. Excuse me, we've been kind of rushing,
Oh my
but
goodness, yes we have.
we're here. We made it.
I feel like I've been gone for like 3 weeks. It was just 1 week actually I was gone. I feel like I've been gone for a long time.
Yeah, Dana been
I'm
under
glad
the
to
weather a
be
little
back.
bit, so good to have you back in. Let me scoot
Yeah, I'm
over a
glad to
little
be
bit.
back.
Let me ease over a little bit, seem like I'm falling off the set here. Let me get over here. Yeah, so it's good to see you, Dana.
I'm
Good
glad to be back.
How was your weekend?
I got rest. I mean, I had to slow down because I was a little bit messed up for a few days. I got rest. I had a good time. I was with Brian, the kids, so it was a great weekend overall. I woke up, so it was wonderful.
That's
I
what's
can't
up.
complain. Right.
That's what's up. Because the last time you was on board, you had me nervous. I said, what's going on with
I had myself nervous. I was nervous. Let me tell you, I've been scared straight from this. I mean, my blood pressure has never been that high in my life. And just to see doctors and nurses, to see their faces when they tell me my blood pressure at the highest was 192 over 120. It's supposed to be 120 over 65. And they could not get my pressure down for anything last week.
That is crazy.
So I'm better now, so I'm happy. I'm alive, so.
Well, I'm happy that you happy. I'm glad
Thank
to see
you.
you back healthy. I'm glad, but see, you run so hard though.
Oh, I'm
see?
slow. I'm doing a total lifestyle change.
Yeah,
I'm really slowing down. I have to slow down. I have to push some projects back. I have to focus more on me instead of helping other people. If you understand what I'm saying, I was so focused on helping myself and helping other people. So yeah, I'm
Right.
focused. I'm more focused now.
Well, we have an amazing show for you guys today. We have the one and only Craig Black from 95.5
Yes,
FM.
indeed.
Also, he's here to talk about his wonderful foundation. He has a foundation, you guys, that we're going to be speaking on that I think is amazing. He's doing some amazing things with some young men in the community, and I would like to be a part of it, so we're going to talk about it when we get him on the set. So,
What?
Because-
You looked at me like so.
because I'm a little off balance because I've been rushing so much to get this set up together and get it going, man. I'm way off. But anyway, I wanted to thank everybody for their support on Spotlight of the City. Actually, we have some real big things coming up for you guys. I'm headed to Charlotte actually to open up Spotlight of the City Charlotte.
I'm so
Shout out to
excited about
Greg.
that.
That's gonna be a big deal. Shout out to Robin, Lyric Hawkins in the building. They just coming back from Aruba, left us here. We didn't get to go. So yeah. But anyway. we
You know,
to
I'm ready for a vacation.
Yeah, I need a
I am
vacation
ready.
myself. I need to go get one today. What you
Lyric stays gone.
think? Yeah, always.
I didn't know Robin was with her. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, shout out to Robin Bryant. She actually, yeah, they do that. I think it's every year.
Oh, okay.
They do a thing in Aruba. A lot of people from here go to that too. And I saw all the pictures and all the things. So they was having a
Yeah,
ball.
everybody was in Aruba this weekend.
Everybody was in Aruba. So,
I was getting my complete life off of just watching it.
Yeah.
I was getting my life off of watching
I saw a lot. They was getting it in. Let's
Yeah,
just say that.
I know.
They was getting it all the way in.
I'm excited too about having Craig on the show because it's funny because when you called me, you said, "Yeah, we're gonna have Craig Black on the show from WPGC." I was like, "That's my friend." Like
Right.
Craig and I go way back, so
Right.
I'm excited to have him
And
here.
I didn't even know that. So
Yeah, we go way
we had
back.
already booked him before we had even said that. So we're gonna get right into it because we want to maximize our time today. So we're gonna go to a commercial, and right after this commercial break, we will have the one and only Craig Black from 95.5. Stay tuned.
Don't go
We'll be
anywhere.
right back. Spotlight
over the city.
I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. Keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. I put the spotlight on your city. See the superstars. Hollywood to Hollywood. Girl, you look good. Yeah, they hollering, baby. Keep modeling, baby. ATLD. I put the spotlight on your city. Carolina, Philly. I put the spotlight on your city.
And we are back, Spotlight of the City, and we added a +1. Welcome aboard, Craig. Welcome aboard,
big old green
Craig.
+1.
Yeah, we got the homie in the building. Man, it's a pleasure to have you.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate y'all having me.
I'm
Man,
glad
I
you're
heard
here
you
too.
doing big things, but before we get into what you're doing, man, we just wanted to welcome you aboard, say thanks for coming on, and I heard you was family, so.
Oh, yeah, come on now. It's like sister right
family
here.
in the
My
building.
sister
Hold on,
right
hold on.
here.
And I was getting ready to say it's so funny because like we go way back. I'm talking about when I was young, not even as an adult. When I was young, like we know each other. And when Craig moved from here and he was on the radio in St. Louis, I went to St. Louis to see him.
Yeah,
Like that's my buddy. Like when
Yeah,
he left, a
okay,
lot of
yeah.
people were like, "Okay, Craig's gone," but we still stayed tight.
The Lou. Got
Yeah.
love for St. Louis. That's my
Yeah.
second home.
Okay, so
yeah.
you local? You from?
Yeah, I'm born and
you from-
raised Washington,
Yeah.
D.C.
Oh,
Well, I was born in Hyattsville, raised in Hyattsville, but
Well,
I claim D.C. to
DMV,
death.
Right,
I
right.
claim,
Look,
I
we're
claim
right over
DC.
the right over
Yeah,
the
Michigan Park,
yeah,
right there,
right across from
right
us.
across from, Eastern Avenue,
Okay, so we glad to have you in the building. So we gonna get right into it. So who in the hell is Craig Black?
Who is Craig Black? Wow.
That might take about
Damn.
5 minutes to say all of that.
Yeah,
Well-
that's a big one.
Craig Black is a radio lover. I love radio. That's my passion. If I could do radio full time in my life, 24/7, I'd be doing radio. That's my real passion in life. But the radio game is so real that you got to have a plan B. You always got to have something
Right.
else. So
Right.
So Craig Black is a father, entrepreneur, and an all around, just get it done type of guy. That's what I do. I consider myself, I just get it done. When it comes to my foundation, when it comes to my son and my family, I just get the job done. I've been doing my event in St. Louis, Missouri for 17 years. So it's been some ups and it's been some serious downs. Downs. So but it's still going. It's my first year here in DC, pulling it off this year. So
Okay, so you started originally in St. Louis. That's
I
what
started my event in St. Louis, Missouri. Yes, I did when I moved my radio career out there. So
Let me ask you a question. I never knew this, and it just popped in my head since you're sitting here. To me, you were always Craig. You know what I mean? Because we go
Yeah.
way back. So to other people, you
Black
were
ass
Craig,
Craig.
Black. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I never even thought.
Black
I
ass
knew you
Craig.
went. I knew you went to St. Louis, like I said, because I was there with you. But how did you even get hooked up with St. Louis? I mean, you were here. How did you get on the radio all the way in St. Louis? How did that transition
So,
even happen?
I started off radio here in DC in '95 at WPGC. Ironically, that was my first radio job ever as an intern straight out of Bowie State University. Big up to BSU, my school. Love Bowie State. And I did. I was an intern. I did overnights, and from there, I actually left WPGC and went to WKYS. Well, I didn't leave. Let's keep it real. I got fired. Okay.
From WPGC, okay.
You haven't been in radio unless you've been fired. Okay. Okay. All right.
right.
I got lyric over there like
At least
yes,
once,
preach,
right?
preach.
At least once, right?
So yeah, I got fired, like many people do, and KYS picked me up at that time. And this is before Kathy Hughes bought all these slew of stations, went public with the company, and became this big radio, this media conglomerate that she is right now.
Right.
So I did. I was actually a street team director over there back when they really had street teams in the promotion department and radio stations, and I did weekends, and I had my favorite show ever had the Old School Go-Go show on Sunday nights from 6 to 10. Before my man, Big G got over there from the Backyard Band, and from there, probably like a year and a half into my career at KYS, they actually went public with the company. I actually bought stock in the company, and I'm pissed off I ain't have enough money back then. Where all my boys at?
Right.
Y'all supposed to gave me like $100,000 to put down on Radio One. We could be rich right now, y'all.
Yep.
Anyway, had a little $1,000 whip on that stock. But anyway, so they went public and they opened up stations everywhere. So they was like, Craig, you want to go to St. Louis? And I was like, that's the only place I can go, St. Louis. I really wanted to go to Philly. Philly was
Okay.
on, but they were like, Craig, we need you in St. Louis. I was like, all right. So they shipped me out to St. Louis, and I started off at nights. I did 6 to 10. I did afternoons, and then they shut the station down and shipped me out to Dayton, Ohio for a year. Then they relaunched the station, brought me back. Then I did morning show. And I was actually a program director and doing morning show in St. Louis at the same time. So that's how I got out there, to answer your question.
Okay. So what brought you back here?
Well, what brought me back here? Radio was radio. It was going great for a while. And then this guy by the name of Ricky Smiley started to pop in the morning. And they fired my ass again.
So that's why I said at least once or twice. It had to happen at least once or twice, though.
Well, they fired me again, of course, And that's when Ricky Smiley became humongous, and he's on every station on the planet now. And they got rid of my morning show. They cut me as program director. And I stopped doing radio in St. Louis. I started doing terrestrial radio. Then I went to internet, like we're doing here on y'all show.
Right.
I did this for a while. Then I did. I went to Sports Talk for about a couple of years. And all this time, I'm still doing my Community Cuts for Kids event every year in St. Louis.
Okay.
Like, I left radio in 2007. I didn't leave St. Louis till 2012. So after 2012, I decided, it was time to come home. Because my son's mother moved out of town. And, my son, I just wanted him to be around my family, my brothers and sisters. And,
Right.
So I moved back here to D.C. And then, I just kept my program going. I was here in 2012. I drove out there, took all my gear out there, made the Community Cuts for Kids happen out there. And that year and so on and so on. I got some good people in St. Louis, some directors, just like family members, like people I got here. They just make my event happen for me. I can literally make phone calls and make it happen. So
That's great.
So that's how I got back to DC.
Yeah, I heard you talking about your foundation. You sound like that's a passion. You're really passionate about it. What got you started? Like, what made you want to do that? The foundation.
In my first year, I got challenged by my program director to actually do a community event. And I was thinking of something to do with the kids. And I was like, you know what? It was back to school time. So I actually came up with the idea. It was only like 5 or 6 barbers. We was in this little rec center. And we did like 30 kids. And, I just came up with it. And I actually had a big sound company come out to the event that helped run all the court. You know how the barbers and, they blow out. We blew out this little rec center like 20 times. And the guy kept getting mad at me. But nevertheless, from that first day, I knew it was something special because the way the parents and the kids, the way they felt after they got their hair cut and their school supplies, I knew it was something I wanted to continue. So it just kept going and going and going and going.
Okay, well, we're talking so much, and we're just up here like we are a family. We're on the living room couch talking. Yeah. Tell everybody watching what your foundation is about, because we didn't even talk about the base for your foundation. So people watching don't know what we're talking about right now.
My foundation is to build self-confidence in inner city youth. All right, so it's about taking these young kids and giving them a sense of self-worth. Because a lot of these kids are they just down on themselves. They don't have anybody giving any positive reinforcement to them growing up. So that's what it's about. It's about that first day of school and you going back with that sharp haircut, some nice school supplies, and you feeling good and you learning. So
and looking good.
And looking good. Gotta look good. So that's what it's about. My foundation is about raising up my young people in the community and making them feel better about themselves.
That's awesome.
I would definitely like to be involved in it.
We always need barbers. We always need stylists. We always need school supplies. Oh, we need money too. So
right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And
money.
And you also need people to come in and motivate those youth and speak some life into
and
those
money,
young boys.
He
and
keeps
money.
saying and money. And money.
Yeah. The money will come. You're gonna get the money.
Donations, money. Yeah.
Donations. GoFundMe. Yeah. So, when you did that in St. Louis, what made you say, okay? Because this is the first year you're doing it here.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've been trying to transition it to D.C. for a while. I have been. It's been something I've been trying to do, but I wasn't physically here in D.C., and it's such a bigger market than St. Louis, something harder to tackle. So it's not like, I actually was in St. Louis to grow it, to manage it, and to be there. So I never really took on that feat until I actually got back here. And I got some good help from, ironically, the station I started at, WPGC, is actually jumping on board with me right now to launch the first annual Craig Black's Community Cuts for Kids here. It's going to be on August the 20th. And I don't have the location yet because we're still working on it, but it's in the works. So hopefully I can come back around August and talk some more.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Come back with definitely. You got an open door policy. We want you to come back through and promote. But what you're doing is so positive. I see a lot of brothers now starting to get involved in the community more. Like shout out to Tony Lewis. Mo, all the different people around in the community doing some
Renzo.
stuff. Yeah, exactly. So the energy is good. We got to keep it up. So that's why I say I try to network with all of them. Tony Lewis will be on soon. We booked him. I forgot the date, but he'll be coming up soon. So these are the people that we want to be involved in. So I remember in Charlotte, I'm a barber, by the way.
Okay.
I'm not for hire right now, but
Okay.
I can get you some barbers.
Okay, all right.
I can get you some barbers. So what I did in
You show me my
Charlotte.
event, I'm giving you some clippers, but go right here.
Yeah. So what happened was when I was cutting hair in Charlotte, a guy was doing similar to what you was doing. This was like 5 years ago or more.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we did was go to the homeless.
Okay.
And we were cutting the homeless hair, and
All right.
and what we did was get a bunch of vans, and we brought them over, and it was Christmas Eve actually, and we cut hair all the way to like 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening
That's all
for
right.
free. And we
That's
just
all right.
cut their hair, and we spoke to them and tried to breathe some life into them because it started here.
Yeah.
And so I saw a lot of people changing their life around just by that one day. They got out the chair and they would look at themselves.
And felt so
And they
much
hadn't
better
had a
about
haircut
themselves.
in so many years.
Yeah.
And they exactly. So it started making them feel a way, like. So I feel like the youth will be the same way. A lot of the youth, of course, they getting haircuts and this and that. But when you can be hands on with them and breathe something into them, so that makes you feel good, right? When you do that, it's like a good feeling that you get.
It's that sense of self-worth, taking somebody and showing them that face that they haven't seen in a while,
Exactly.
It's like a makeover,
Right.
Men can get a makeover too, It's not
And
just
you know what
for
else?
women.
Like with us, I think, and this is just my opinion, the youth, they need positive role models, male and female. And I think when the young people can look at people like me, you, and we look like them. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Oftentimes I see people who don't look like them and they try to talk to them and they don't even talk like them. So they can't relate to them. When they see people that they know they can touch and they just feel like they are authentic and they come from the same place, that really could give them the ego boost that they need because they feel like we are the same.
Yeah, that's so true, and it's funny. It's funny because when I moved back to DC in 2012, I actually I was a substitute teacher before I went back into the government for about almost 8 months, and being a black man, let's just call it what it is. Being a black man going into a school, these teachers praise you. They would blow up my phone to come to their schools just to be there as a black man in their schools because there's so many few black men in these schools trying to, talk to these young men and these young women to give them that positive reinforcement because they seeing a mirror of themselves. Because a lot of them, it's sad to say a lot of them missing fathers in their homes. So that's
Exactly.
really true. That's true.
Yep.
Coming from somebody that looks just like them, it helps out. But I don't knock any other culture, any other race
Exactly.
trying to help out.
Most definitely.
Because I take help from anybody. So if you are Caucasian, Hispanic, African,
Whatever.
alien, whatever,
You
if you
said
want to help
alien.
out in my event, you can come and help me because it's all about the kids. It's all about giving back.
Right.
And people are people, and that's what we do have to understand because, that's a good thing that you touched on that because my first big break, I used to own a beauty and barber supply store, and I was like 23 years old.
All right.
And he told me don't call him a white guy because he was from Canada, but he was Canadian. But that's the guy who gave me the shot. That's the guy who said you can do it. That's the guy who said go write the lease up and I'm gonna sign it.
Okay.
See, so we can't exclude nobody. We
No, you
do.
can't.
Yeah, we don't.
You can't.
And so I think that it's a big deal that you said that because I don't want people to feel like
This world is full of color. You got to accept it and be a part of it.
And so since you mentioned that, one of the things we're gonna get away from you for a minute and talk candid. We're gonna talk about your views about the world.
Okay.
So,
all right.
what do you think about your new president? What do you
my
think about Mr. Donald
I
Trump?
wish I could pull up that picture that
And,
Kathy Griffin had.
Okay,
Trump.
that's the thing I wanted
Okay.
to go to. I was going to that. So,
That's-
did you feel
That's my
feel
true
like
feeling now.
I missed that. What
You missed that one?
What was that
Let me-
about?
I'll find it.
Okay, so what happened was she had a picture of Donald Trump. It basically was beheaded, so to speak, and
Bloody head.
it was a real bloody head, and so she's a comedian,
Yeah.
right? And so she does go really far,
Yes, she does.
and she does that on a regular basis. But this time she felt that I don't think she felt like she crossed the line. The powers that be leaned on her,
But she apologized.
and she apologized,
and still got fired.
and she got fired.
Yeah, she lost her job on CNN.
Are you serious?
Yeah, she was the host, the New Year's Eve host, along with who's the guy? I can't remember his name. The
oh,
guy
she
that-
got fired.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Anderson Cooper.
Anderson
Oh,
Cooper.
so
Okay.
that's right. Okay, that's right. That's right.
She
that's
lost
right,
her
that's
job.
right.
She lost her job behind that. But you know
Okay.
what? And
Wow.
In my, oh, he got it up.
Oh, you
Okay.
got it
He
up. Okay. Thank
All
you.
Hey, but y'all got some producers
Yeah,
up here.
shout out to Jake. Hey,
It
that's
ain't no
my
joke
man.
up
Hey, let
in
me
this
tell you
piece.
something.
Okay, all right.
Shout out to Jake. Yeah, he's definitely 1,000%
Man.
professional. We keep
Oh,
it
wow.
1,000.
So she
Shout
lost
that
her
image
job.
right there is what caused her
To lose
her
her
job. And no disrespect to nobody, that is a little far. Because we wouldn't.
Oh,
like
it was
that.
a joke, man. It was
Well,
a joke.
but I will say this: they show Obama with a noose on about 5 or 6 different images. They were showing him hanging. They were showing him all kinds.
They show his wife as a monkey.
They show they call So what I'm saying is this: everybody had, and I'm not saying it's right on either side. That's the thing. It's
Okay.
I think that it's wrong on both sides, but my views on this so-called president is, I think that he's dividing the country.
Yes.
I think he's creating a lot of fear in a lot of people, and I think that's what got him on the platform, because he was pushing an agenda that created a lot of fear, and now the racism is out of control.
The only reason I don't have a problem with what Kathy Griffin did in that picture, because she's a comedian.
Right.
And with a comedian, there's no boundaries.
Right.
You know, now the pictures of Obama and all that, that weren't
That was-
no
That was
comedi-
hate.
no
That was
comedians.
just hate. You're right.
No
You're
comedians
that was
put that
hate,
up.
right.
That was
point.
straight.
Hate.
You know,
That was hate.
that was straight
That
hate.
was hate.
But you know, Donald Trump, he just laid. This is what he. You know, it's his bid. He got a line. I mean, he's never came out to really stop the racial tension. Well, not to stop it, to actually speak on it. He can't stop it. Just to really speak on it and try to diffuse it.
Well, I
You
feel
know?
he's inciting it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
feel
He
he's
needs to take
inciting.
that step and have a State of the Union just about race relations in the United States.
He doesn't care.
You know, and that's
And that's the
my
problem.
issue. That's my whole issue with
He
the
doesn't
president.
care.
It's
And
like,
that's my
you know,
whole issue.
he's trying to divide and conquer, and you got a lot of different racial groups that are starting to pop up, and they were always there, but now they're starting to show their faces
freely.
now.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
they're being empowered by their president and his views. So I just think he needs to make that stand and denounce it. You know,
Do you think that'll ever happen? Do you truly think that he will make
I
that
think
stand?
he'll
You think
get
that'll happen?
impeached before that happens.
Yeah, me too. I don't think. I think if
yeah.
he doesn't get impeached, I don't think he'll do it. That's just my
No,
opinion.
I
so.
don't think so, because it's a part of who he is. It's a part of what he stands for.
It's how he
And
won elections.
It's
Exactly.
exactly
It's his
how
whole
he
angle.
won the election. That's his angle. And so division is never going to be a winning stance. I don't care what you decide. And so I see this country falling apart behind it. I see a lot of people who were together at one point starting to side-eye each other and look at each other funny. And I see the people who had racism hidden in them starting to feel like they can just take the noose in the hoodies out their pocket now and just put them on.
I just
freely.
think we just need to have more of an open dialogue about any type of racial issues between anybody. If you got some, I in my job, I'm a government. It's my first time ever. I lived in DMV my whole life, except for the 12 years in St. Louis. But I've never had a job in the government. It's my first time ever working in the government. I'm not gonna say what branch I work in, but I'm a contractor, okay? And I work in security, and it's a lot of racial tension
You
in
can
my
feel it.
department. You can feel it.
You can
and
feel
it's
it.
sad.
So it's not right out.
It's not
But
right out,
but
but
you can see it
You can see it
and feel
you
it.
can smell it, you can feel it. And it's not good.
And it's
So,
not good for the country. That's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
what we don't always look at here is how it's projected amongst the world. We look at it here in the United States and say, "Oh, this is terrible," but they laughing at us right now. We looking real sideways right now because other countries looking at us like, "What? This is what they got. This is their president."
Yeah, it's a joke. It's like
So
a
did you
comedy
see-
show watching
It
him
is a comedy
sometime,
show.
man.
Did
It
you see
really
when-
is.
Did you see when he was on that platform and he was amongst some other leaders of other countries and he roughed the dude off and was like, "Watch out!" And like,
And did you see him with the Pope? The Pope looked like he was miserable in every picture that they posted. He looked truly miserable.
He's made the presidency a joke. The office, it's like it's not taken serious anymore.
He's
I'm
the-
gonna be honest with you, I can care less about the other countries right now because I think we need to focus on us.
Oh,
But
yeah, I agree
from
with you
our
on that.
point of view, looking at the presidency, the whole office now is kind of a joke with him in it because it's not being taken seriously.
Not at all. Not at all. And speaking of taking seriously, we're gonna switch gears a little bit and get off your president.
Okay.
And
Well,
we're
he's,
gonna-
he's not my president.
Yeah, you know I
My
put him.
bad.
You see, I
Mine
put him
either.
on you.
Yeah,
you see, I
mine
put him
either.
on you. So
Somebody's president.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah. So anyway, I wanted to address this hip hop issue a little bit. Since you're in radio, what's your views on the way the hip hop world is turning, and do you see it as a positive
Hip hop today.
today,
Today's hip hop.
as of today?
Is it really hip hop?
You know what? And
Good question.
I believe it's a new strand of hip hop. You know how they make a new strand of a drug? You know they got that new
Yeah,
type
yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
that new
I know
type of
about that, yeah.
cocaine, that new type of heroin. This is a new type of hip hop we're in right now. It's not. It's a mix of metrosexual, behind the door thug, no lyrical content. But you know what? The crazy thing about it, it works.
It works.
And
for who?
now it works.
works.
It works for the generation now. Who is it? Generation X right now? Is that the generation? Which the generation? Is the millennials? Millennial. It works for the millennials. It works
Okay.
for them. So you know what? I'm not. It's just not for me. And I'm on a station where I talk about it, I report on it, and it's crazy. I was watching a Lil Yachty interview, and you know, he had me for a second talking about his entrepreneurship and how he's making his money and how he's branching out with the brands. He's not really caring about what the old school thinks about him. He's here for his listeners and I respected all that. But then he was actually sitting down with DJ Academic and Joe Budden. It's some show on Complex. I forgot the name of it.
Okay.
But it was on YouTube. I was going on YouTube. But Joe Budden asked this dude what is a 360 deal, and he couldn't tell Joe Budden. He didn't know whether he had one or not.
So that means he in trouble.
That
If
means
he doesn't
in
know
trouble.
that, he's in
didn't
deep
know?
water because
He didn't know.
That means he
So-
has one.
So from the
You're
he's
right,
selling all
Tommy
these
Gunn.
records. You gotta understand, Lil Yachty got Sprite, Target. He got some real
What?
money. Yeah, Yachty got some real money out here in this game.
Okay.
You know, that's what I'm saying. It's working. And what's crazy is I gave his album away the other day on WPGC. I had like a 60-year-old woman call and ask for the album. I'm like, do you know who Lil Yachty is? She's like, I love Yachty. I'm like, okay.
Are you
Well,
serious?
she's more hip than me because I
so-
don't even know who y'all talking about.
I'm not real familiar. Hey, Dana, I'm not real familiar myself.
He's
but,
like the face of the new hip hop right now. I don't know why.
what
they
does
put
he
him
sing?
there.
Does he sing something that
sings-
comes on the radio that we would
Oh,
know?
Man, I can't even.
I thought you were saying Yo
I
Gotti.
spy,
I'm like,
I spy with my
Okay,
little
that's what you
eye.
talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay, so that's why the 60-year-old can identify.
Yeah,
Because of the hook.
because of the
It's a
hook.
catchy hook.
But
oh, okay, I know what you're talking
Yeah, I
about.
know what
Yeah,
you're
it just
talking
came in
about.
my head. Mm-hmm.
so I mean, it's selling.
It's selling, but
It's
now
selling, but I understand, so how are we going to sell ourselves out?
That's what we
But
doing.
you know what? The millennials don't have an issue with it. So if his audience doesn't have, if they're not the ones that are barking and in his face, if his core audience is not the ones that are like, you killing hip hop, what right do we? Because my hip hop, my contemporaries that I listen to, the Jay-Z's,
Y'all, we just old.
You
We
know,
just
we
older
old.
now.
We're
Like
old. We're
we
old.
can't,
But
we
no,
can't relate
but-
to them.
but
We
how about
are,
Lil Wayne?
we
Lil
almost
Wayne is-
50. We can't
Lil
relate
Wayne
to them. They're young.
straddles the fence on that, and so does. Well, I wouldn't put Drake. I would say it's some of these mumble rap guys. It's like the Migos
Now, I just
guys.
heard of this yesterday. Mumble rap.
Mumble,
What the hell
it's
is
that new
mumble
strand.
rap?
That's that new crack. That's the new crack. It's
So that's like Bubba
that strand
Kush.
of crack
It-
cocaine.
they was having Bubba Kush, and now they got like
That's
they
that
got like
mumble.
Yeah, and you're not lying because sometimes it's like I'm like, what in the hell are they talking about?
Yeah, and you
I
know
like
what?
the beat. You can get with it because you like
you
the
don't
beat, but you
understand
don't know
not
a
one
damn
damn
one
word
thing
they
they saying.
saying.
No, you don't.
And so that's like
feel like
I
my
was
mother, my
listening.
father
You,
right
you
now.
Yeah,
might, no,
exactly.
you might relate to this. Do you remember Coogee Rap?
Yeah, come on.
Okay, so I just watched him yesterday on an interview on YouTube, and he was addressing just what you said. That's the first time I heard a mumble rap. That's why when you said it, I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I just heard this yesterday. And he
Young
was like,
Thug. Who
now
else?
Young Thug. Now this is what I'm saying. When you see young men wearing dresses and carrying purses,
Who
and-
carried the dress? I mean, who carried the dress? Who carried the
Young
purse and wore a
Thug,
dress?
Young Thug wore a dress a few years ago and never really stopped.
My-
at
you
this
know-
point,
you know my
he's
only
still wearing
issue-
dresses. So I'm not knocking nobody for their what do you call it? Their,
Okay, so I'm not being funny because
No,
I
I'm
don't
dead-
know.
I'm dead
Is he
ass
gay?
serious.
And if
I-
he's gay, that's one thing.
Well, that's
is he
what
gay?
I'm saying. I'm not knocking. I don't have anything to do with.
No, we're not knocking.
if you were,
But I'm
this
just
or that.
asking, is he openly gay? Because I don't know him.
But this is what he's saying. He's not gay. He's pushing. They're feminizing the men.
And
Men
that
are
is
being
what-
feminized,
That's my only issue.
and that's
with
the
it.
movement.
If you're going
That's
to
the
be
movement.
gay, be gay and be a rapper. I'm not saying that.
Right.
I'm not. I can't tell anybody what to do. But from my point of view, I'm like, if you're going to be a gay rapper, be a gay rapper. Don't act like you're gay, wear a dress and do all this and wear your purse and all that, and then turn around, flaunt your kids and your wife and try to be hard and be a thug and be a killer,
He's
a
married?
gangster. I'm like, what are you right now?
I'm so
I mean,
lost.
I'm just trying to understand how
I mean,
you
I don't know
can
if
be
he's
young
married or
thug
not,
and
but he
with
has
dress.
a girlfriend and a baby. So, you know, I'm like,
Right.
I don't know. I don't understand. I'm trying to figure out, well, maybe it doesn't, maybe when the millennials don't have a label. Maybe you can be anything you want to be. Maybe you just toss it out there.
But that's where it's going.
Maybe it don't have to be
It's
anything.
going to a point where
And if that's the norm.
that's right. It's going to a point
I
now
think we
where
just
that
solved
is
it.
the norm.
I think we just solved it, y'all.
So
Yeah, I
what we
think
gonna
that
do
is just the
I think
norm. We
just-
can't
no,
do
no, no.
anything about it.
It's not an issue. We just
It's an
figured
issue.
out what it is.
It's
Yeah.
an issue though
It's-
when you
it's-
have young children growing up. I have a 10-year-old. So it's an issue when my son is watching this and he doesn't really understand that is really not official because he's seeing
But-
his favorite rapper with a dress and a purse.
It's not an issue. Because you was father.
That's what I was getting ready to
Yeah.
say. That's what I was getting ready to say.
yeah,
And
that
if-
never be
I'm
an
not his
issue.
Yeah.
only influence.
But you-
But if
what you
he's
have to
not,
understand.
if he
But
sees
you're
a gay
his
rapper,
main
yeah, and if he sees a
influence.
gay rapper, if he sees a rapper in a dress, and he's your son, so he sees what a real man is.
Yes.
And if he's not gay, him watching somebody in a dress is not going to turn him gay or make him become.
But
that way.
it goes beyond that because see, he has peers and they admire their peers more than their dad. See, so when you have children that's growing up under that pressure, when you go to school, your father don't go to school. When you go to the ball game, your father ain't there. See, you have to interact with society outside of your home, and when that's your biggest influence, they look up to rappers.
I hear what you're
These
saying.
young kids look up to these rappers right now.
And they do. I will give you that.
They
100%.
respect that.
Music has some strength to it, but I don't believe that. I have a 13-year-old son,
Right.
so and he's right in the smack dab of it. He loved the Lil Yachty's. He loved the Migos. He loved the Young Thugs. He listened to Lil Wayne. He listened to Chris Brown. He liked Beyonce. He's right in the smack in the middle
Right.
of it. But me being in his life as a father and a man, I think my influence is stronger. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
That's just me. Maybe I'm just. that's
No,
just
I
how
think that's in some situations.
But-
Some
No, I
but
believe that.
But I truly believe if your child is going to go in a direction, that's their decision to go into that
Mm-hmm.
direction. You can't control that. That's what's going to happen.
and
You
if they,
know?
yeah, you're right.
And there are, I'm not defending the mixed message. It's mixed messages out there, but it was like that. Think about when gangster rap started, and everybody was getting the mixed messages about out there. Fuck the police. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Out there, let's shoot. You know what I'm saying? Let's kill that. You know what I'm saying? That
Right.
you know.
So that was a mix.
That was a mixed message as well, but
Right.
was everybody out there being a gangster? I know my punk
Right.
ass wasn't
You're
out there
abso-
being no
you're
gangster.
absolutely
I know
right.
I wasn't doing that. I wasn't in the streets
Well, I
slinging
was.
nothing. I wasn't.
I was,
I
but
too
I-
much of a
but
punk.
I-
wasn't.
I
I
was-
was at
I was-
home. I wasn't trying to do. I wasn't trying to get. Nah, that wasn't me. That all that. I screamed it when it came on the radio. I did all that. When I was in the streets, I was like, "Hey, what's up? It's cool, everybody." Wasn't
Right.
trying to get shot and killed.
Yeah.
I knew I
Right.
had bigger and better things to do.
So
Not
I-
saying that you
So
you
what,
didn't.
but that's
I'm just
what I'm saying. See this right here?
You know.
This story. This is what this saying. This right here is saying that I didn't have a father.
See, that's
So,
that's a
because
a
I
big
didn't
part
have
of
a
it.
father-
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Yeah.
a big
I
part
went
of it.
right to the streets early, right? And when I went to the
Okay.
streets,
And
that trap
that's
music.
real.
It wasn't trap music then. It was gangster music.
It was
like
straight
you
up
said.
gangster.
Now it's trap music, right? I still listen to trap music, by the way, but I'm older now and I understand that can't influence my mind. On the other hand, you got 11-year-old that don't know not to tote that pistol and slang that dope because they saying young nigga move that dope.
Yeah.
So when you say that, and that's a popular rap song, and
That-
everybody
that shit hot
bouncing
as a
to
motherfucker,
it,
too.
it don't bounce though, don't it?
That's a hot
Move
ass
that
song.
dough, though. Move that. So what I'm saying is, I was influenced by it because I was younger. Yeah, you can do that. you can
This is XM,
You can be
look,
1,000.
right.
I done
You
cussed
can
like
get down
20.
up in
I
here,
done
right?
cussed like 20
He's like,
times
can
since
we
I've been
curse?
here.
Yeah.
Can I answer?
But it's
I'm
all
back
good.
to the- Can we curse?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah. But nah, you keep 1,000. Just spotlight over the city, baby.
Okay, all right.
So at the end of the day, I do know that fathers do have a better influence on their children. They should. And
Definitely,
mothers as
boys
well, don't get me
with their
wrong.
boys.
But it's a lot of fatherless young boys out here that don't have that positive
right.
role model
You're right.
that's going to listen to this music and watch these
Yeah.
young men wearing these purses and dresses and this and that, and
Yeah.
they don't have that get back over here mentality. They don't have a
Right.
dad to grab them up and say, no, son.
So are we
Just
worried about?
come this way?
Are
Come
we
this
worried
way."
about the ones that are wearing the dresses? Or are we worried about the ones that's out here killing each other?
I'm worried about both.
Worried about both?
I'm worried
I
about
would
both
say
because I believe
the
that
dresses-
feminizing a man that's supposedly being. If you're not if that's your way, then that's your way. But if
Stan
that's
is
not
really
your
upset
way,
about that thing. He is really upset about that.
yeah, I am. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, Young Thug. I don't like it. I don't like
Well,
it because
you
I'm
know
used
what?
to growing up seeing men be men, and so I grew up in the Young Jeezy era. Young up Yo Gotti, shout out Yo Gotti. Those to me. If like you said, if that's not what you're doing, then don't wear it because it's a influence behind that. Is what I'm getting to. It's not just their decision. It's the music industry has a big influence that's behind the scenes.
Like some of these,
It's a
some
lot
of their
things
mentors
going
are.
on. If you want
Yeah.
to become a big time rapper, there's some things that has to happen. And so that's where I'm going, and that movement is a part of that feminizing that young man. They feminizing it because they know that's who they look up to. These rappers.
I hear that, and it is because in the younger men that don't have that father behind them, and the sad thing about it, the reality of it is a ton of them that don't have that father figure, and they will be swayed in that direction. But you know, as a man, I can only live from me being a man and the love I have for a woman. You know, if you have any inclination that you want to be with a man, you were meant to be over there messing around with a man as being a man. That was your thing. Because
Right.
if you a man like you and me, sir, the way we love a beautiful woman, you would never have that issue.
Right.
I don't
So-
care what
you're-
type of brainwash you put
Yeah,
in front of
yeah,
me,
exactly.
and all that type of whatever you put in front of me.
Exactly.
That's not gonna happen. You
So
feel
now,
me?
okay, Craig.
Exactly.
You let me play
I agree
devil's
with
advocate
that.
for a minute. I hear you and Dave.
I agree with
So
that.
now I'm
All right.
over here on the devil's advocate side.
Okay.
And this is what I'm gonna say.
All
Look
right.
at the dress code today. They have unisex clothes now. You and your girl had the same damn shirt on, and it's cool. Your pants tighter than hers, and it's cool.
Yeah.
You sag and your pants so tight they don't go but so far, and it's cool. This is where we are today. When I grew up, you dress like a man.
We ain't do that. We ain't do that.
Yeah.
And
We ain't
so
do
what
that.
I'm
Definitely the
showing
style
you
has
is the
changed.
influence, but that's who's influencing the style. That's my whole point. Hip hop transcends through countries. No other music has transcended and brought countries together. You can do a show in Japan and they don't have to know English, and it
And
will
it's
sell out, and you can
Yep.
go platinum
Yeah.
in Korea.
But that's music though. That's music. That's just not hip hop. That's
It's
all
mostly
music.
hip hop because no other music brought countries together. You tell me one.
I don't know if I'd agree with you on that.
Tell me
100%.
Let's talk about.
All music, R&B. You got to think about back in the day. Think about what Jim Brown. I mean, James
Yeah,
Brown
well,
did.
yeah,
think about what you know. You feel me? It's
You didn't hit me with
a
the
million
James Brown,
artists.
did you?
Yeah, I hit you with James Brown.
old
International.
ass-
Yeah,
did your old ass just say James
yeah,
Brown?
old
So
ass
he
say
just want you to
James
know that's
Brown.
been going on a long
Yeah,
time.
It's been going on for a long time. They've been going overseas and selling out, all over the
Well,
world.
yeah, that's
I'm
true.
just not saying it's just hip hop.
That's very true. That's very
But
rock and roll. As
rock
well.
and roll music. That's
As
what he's
well.
producer
That's
for. Rock
true.
and roll. But my whole
Jacob,
thing
you're
is,
right. Rock and roll too. Jacob said, "Damn it, rock and roll."
music in general has that influence, and I understand what you're saying. It's taking the young, weak-minded, the young men that don't have that guidance. It's taking them to another place, and I feel you with that 100%.
I don't agree with y'all on that
You don't
a
agree?
little bit
Okay.
because some of these young guys can have a father figure and their father could be like the two of you, but they could just like the tight jeans. They could not. That doesn't mean that they're gay.
No, it doesn't.
Or that
and
they
if you
want-
are, that's your preference.
So I just think it has a lot to do.
I'm not. I
I
wasn't
think-
saying just the tight jeans, though. I'm just saying all the way left.
all the way,
All
purse.
the way left. Because all these.
Oh,
youngsters
no, the
wear-
purse,
all
that's
these
something
youngsters wear
totally
tight jeans.
different.
Now, you can't find that one
Yeah, that's a.
without
Man.
tight jeans.
That is not
You
true.
can't
All
even-
youngins do not wear tight jeans.
They don't even really sell jeans. That's not.
All
like that no more.
youngins do not wear tight jeans. I see a lot of young guys that do not wear tight jeans.
Where?
Well, the ones they
Around.
either super old
They're not
or
old.
if they're young, they don't even make everything skinny jeans. I got a pair on now. They looser, but they don't.
Your jeans,
These are
both of your
straight-
jeans look kind of
No,
tight.
no, hey, hold on, hold on.
Watch your mouth.
These
Watch your
straight-
mouth. Wait a
these
minute.
straight legs. Ain't nothing,
Wait, hold
ain't
on.
nothing tight about this. Ain't nothing tight
Larry,
about
they back
this.
here talking about jeans. You can't see their
They
jeans back
straight
here
legs.
though.
Hand the camera down here.
Now wait a minute. Don't make me stand on
Hold
the table.
up.
Hold it.
Hold up, nah.
So, hey Craig, she coming for us. She trying to come for us, man. They be trying to come for us, Dana.
Hey man, I don't wear no skinny jeans. Let me pick
Oh,
the
my
league. I don't wear no
goodness.
skinny jeans.
Okay.
all right?
Hey,
There's
let me-
nothing wrong with a good pair of fitted jeans. And Brian, I know you're watching this like, you know what, Dana, you tried to get me in those tight jeans.
Hey
My
B,
my
I know,
boyfriend.
I know B. I know you don't wear no skinny jeans.
He doesn't wear
B.
skinny
I know.
jeans, but Brian does.
He don't wear no skinny
No,
jeans.
he doesn't wear
They
skinny
straight
jeans.
leg.
No, and they fit.
They fit.
They fit.
They're not skinny.
They're fit.
We
It's-
wear fitted.
skinny fit.
They no skinny in there.
No.
They're fitted. That's
Fitted,
all we
yeah,
wear.
fitted from the top to the bottom.
I know B well. That's my man.
Right,
so no,
right.
we don't do that.
From the top
That's
to the
my
bottom.
man.
Fitted jeans
I
are
got
nice
you,
on
B.
guys.
I know you don't, B. I ain't gonna let her put you back there
Fitted
like
jeans
that,
are nice on guys. Not skin tight, but a nice pair of jeans that fit
That
your
fit okay.
body. That's nice. So
you
I
can't
think
call
some
them skinny.
people, like you guys, you're used to the bigger jeans because of our era.
Yeah.
But some jeans, fitted jeans, just look nice on guys.
Yeah, they're neat. And I'll be honest
Fitted
with
from
you,
the top to the bottom.
My woman likes me to see me in fitted
Yes.
jeans as well. That's what y'all like to see. But
Yes,
y'all don't like
we
to
do.
see us in those skinny jeans. Y'all like to see our jeans sagging off our ass.
Oh,
either.
no.
And that's a young millennial thing, I think.
And the
What y'all
girl-
think
and the
out there?
girls
What y'all
like
think
it.
out there watching Spotlight on say? Y'all, what is it? Is it the skinny jeans or they don't even make the baggy big jeans anymore? They don't. You can't find them.
No,
We
No,
gonna buy 'em.
youngins really don't. They don't wear big jeans. Like
No,
when
they
we
not
were
gonna
growing
sell
up, the
those.
jeans for dudes were big.
They were humongous.
They were
All
big.
of our clothes were
I got
big.
it.
Yeah,
I
were
got
big.
a
Yeah,
pair.
shirts,
Everything was
everything.
big. Everybody wore 2 or 3X.
Right.
Even if you wear 120 pounds, you got a 2X t-shirt on. That's just the way it was. So
Yeah.
before we wrap it up, Craig, what you think about the games? Shout out to we know y'all watching the games tonight.
Oh, yeah.
This is the first night of the finals. What do you think? Who's going to take it?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a LeBron James fan. I'm gonna put that out there right now. I'm not.
Okay.
That's illegal.
Me
I'm
either.
not
You
his
said
fan.
that with authority.
I am
Me
saying
either.
it with some serious authority. I'm not his fan. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Any particular
I'm
reason?
a homer. And I love my Wizards to death. But we're talking about the finals right now.
That's right.
Okay. So I just don't think Golden State's gonna be able to pull it out.
I don't think so either.
think
Now
they're
tell
gonna
me
do it.
why. I thought you was going to go opposite. Why? Why do you say
The
that?
reason I'm saying this is because it's a defensive thing right now. I don't think that Golden State's 3-point shot is going to last this whole series. And Cleveland has defenders that can blitz that 3-point line. They're going to push them off the line. They're going to start missing their shots, and they're going to get abused in the half court. And I think Cleveland just has more defense. I mean, point blank. But I'm not a LeBron James fan. At all.
I'm not a fan of LeBron, but I respect the crack. Like I call him the best of the best, and so I don't.
And that's what I can do. I can't.
I have to do it at this point
I
because
can't do
numbers
that.
don't lie, and so he has consistently did it since high school, right?
If we
Since
talk-
being a man child in high school, he's consistently did it, right?
What type of numbers are we talking then? Are we talking championships? Are we just talking getting to the finals? Are we talking?
I'm talking about a person. When I
Or
consider
we just
greatness,
talking about making people better on your squad?
boom. That's what I call greatness. A person who can make another person great and not be a selfish player, Kobe. So when Kobe
You said Kobe?
the reason I say that is because Kobe was a great player. He was great.
Yeah.
But the problem was he wasn't able to allow other people to be great because he wanted his greatness to shine.
He was a hog. And
A ball hog.
He was a hog. But that was Kobe's. He was the dominant. He was the alpha dog. Only person he couldn't do that with was Shaq. That's why Shaq had to get out of there.
That's exactly right.
But
and
my
so
thing with
LeBron is a sharer. He will share
Yeah.
that ball, and I've seen him give passes where he could have did a 360 dunk. He'll throw an alley-oop behind his head or something and let Kyrie do it.
But my thing with LeBron James is this. Okay. They keep trying to compare him to Michael Jordan. They keep trying to say that he's better than Mike, he's better than Bill Russell, he's better than Kareem, he's better than Magic, he's better than Larry Bird.
I didn't go that far.
Come on now. I mean, I'm not saying that
I ain't
LeBron
going down
James
that
is
far.
he cannot be there. He cannot get there. But right now, you know what it is? We're living in the now right now. We're
Right.
forgetting about what happened in the past, and we're just living right now. Everybody just forgets about. I seen a graphic today. I think Will Chamberlain was 11. Bill Russell was 11-1 in finals. He went like 9 straight years, won 9 in a row. I
Right.
think 8 in a row. Come on now.
That's
LeBron
greatness.
went 7 years straight and only got 3 rings.
But now, to his credit, who did he have helping?
Okay, the first couple years I give him that because he was on a whack Cleveland
That's
team.
what I'm telling you,
Okay?
and he put them on his
But
back.
he ran and got with some superstars and had to get with that Jordan didn't have to go get with. He had to go get with my man D Wade. He had to go get with Chris Bosh to get his rings first. Then he had to go get with Kyrie and Kevin Love to get his rings.
And don't-
so
yeah.
Mike Jordan.
So you calling him a get with?
He's a
So is that what you get?
He a
I'm-
get
I'm- Dana, did you get that? Hey, Dana,
He's
did
a-
you
he's
get
a
that?
straight
Get
up
with-
Yeah, he's
get with.
making his
You know what I'm
point
saying?
now.
I'm not saying that he ain't the man. He makes a lot of B players into A players on his team. I'm not saying he doesn't. He's a great player. But I'm not giving him the GOAT. I can't do it.
Well, I'm giving it to KD. That's my homie. KD, I respect KD. He's a humble guy. He brings his A game every day. He has humbled himself to allow himself to be less of a player to make other people great. I believe that he deserves everything that I see coming him. I think they're gonna take it. That's what I'm saying. I
The
think
only way they will take it if KD plays like, he has to play like Mike Jordan for them to win. How about that? How about that?
Well, I think he got
How
that.
about that? He
I
got to
think
play
he
like
got
Mike.
that
Y'all
in him.
should bet.
You
Y'all
should
should
bet.
bet on this
I
game.
think
Y'all
we
talking
need
all
to.
I
that
got a couple
trash. Y'all
bets out
should
there already. I
bet.
don't think my pockets can
I
handle
think
it
we
anymore.
need to put a little something
A
on
little
it.
something on. What we put on it?
Yeah, we're gonna do it right here on Spotlight.
That's
do
what
$5
they do.
shit.
Everybody's
It's
seen.
like $50 something.
$50
Yep.
on it. $50
Yeah,
on
just
it.
make
Y'all-
it worth watching.
There we go.
Hey, Brian, I want to get on this bet. You
$50.
watching it? I'm gonna
Brian,
get on
what
this
you gonna
bet.
do, Brian?
$50.
Look, right.
What we doing, Brian?
What's up, B? What you got, B?
You know what? We have 5 minutes left. We have 4 minutes left.
Okay.
I just want to say while I have Craig right here, thank you, because I met Brian because of him.
Oh,
Let
yeah.
me tell you,
Yep.
He had an event. Now, mind you, it was him and Mo Kemp. Mo
Yep.
Kemp is one of my closest male friends, and he always has parties.
My man Mo.
Right,
What up,
right,
Mo?
right, Mo. Yeah,
Yeah,
know.
I was at home in the bed, and my girlfriend London called me. Was like, "Let's go out." My goddaughter called. I was like, "I don't feel like it." I remember Craig called me and said, "I think it was a coming home party or
It was
it was something."
with Team Familiar coming home.
Yeah,
and-
it was something.
Yeah.
So I only
It was actually Dave's birthday too. It was Dave, Brian cousin Dave, and my birthday, and my friend Glenn. We shared the same birthday month.
well, the flyers
so.
I saw you and Mo. I didn't
It
know
was-
them.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah.
know them. You know what I mean?
You didn't know them,
Right.
but
I didn't
yeah,
know
it was
them.
me. But that was the
Yeah,
the
so I
behind it,
came
me and
out
Mo.
because he called me and said, "Come out."
Okay.
So, and I didn't want to come out. My girlfriends pressed me. I said, "Okay, I'm gonna come out." Then when I got there, Craig was like, "I got a VIP table over there. Go over there." I said, "Some drinks over there?" He
Yep.
was like, "Yeah." We went
Yep.
over there and drank. And Brian and I met in the VIP area. We danced the entire night,
My man
and from
B.
that night, it's been 2 years since the end of November. We've been like that.
So
All
thanks.
because I
so
came out.
thanks to-
Yeah.
Yeah. Now,
Craig.
when y'all get married,
dot
now,
com,
make sure I'm dancing
they-
at the wedding.
Right.
Everybody, and all
You
that.
already know it. You already
The black
know it.
matchmaker.
So
Right? You're so stupid.
So we definitely got great wrap it up. So go ahead and give out your information, anything, any contact information, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, the whole
Well,
nine.
I want y'all to go to the website. It's the CraigShieldsFoundation.org, the CraigShieldsFoundation.org. You can go to the site. You can register to volunteer as a barber or stylist, or just to volunteer, just to help out with us. If you want to be a sponsor, you can sign up to be a sponsor. There's a little package there, the money. And you can also donate just to donate. You can just throw money straight to my foundation to help out. But you can also call me. I give out my number everywhere I go. It's 314-514-5762. Once again, 314-514-5762. You can call me. I'm on all social media at Craig Black, except for Snapchat. It's Craig Black and the number 1. That's Craig BLAC. On all social media and Snapchat, it's Craig Black and the number 1. So St. Louis, Missouri, 17 years community cuts for kids goes down August 12th and 13th. August 12th, we're in East St. Louis. August 13th, we're in St. Louis. 2 different locations. You go to the website, you see the location. And August 20th, we're here in Washington, D.C. with WPGC for the first time in community cuts for kids. So
That's gonna be
that's
great.
the deal.
Like it a lot.
All right.
I like it.
Thank you all for tuning in. We had a great show. Thanks
Hey,
for
thanks
being
for
here,
having me. I
Craig. We had a good
appreciate
time
y'all.
with you. Had a
Okay,
good
what time you on
with
95 before we go? Plug
I'm
'em
on
in.
every Sunday from 4 to 7. Every Sunday I do part-time at WPGC 4 to 7 every Sunday. Y'all can check me out, WPGC 95.
95.5.
Yes,
Mr.
the
Craig
station I
Black.
started at back in 1995. I'm old as
And
hell,
he's
y'all.
back, right? Y'all two old dudes. That's why y'all don't
Old-
understand what's
Right,
going
right,
on
right,
right now,
right.
because y'all old as hell, right? Y'all don't understand these youngins.
Some of these
Don't
producers in
understand
here
it, I
probably
promise
like
you.
2 and 3 years old.
Right. They looking
Right,
at
right,
y'all like
right.
these old dudes.
Black.
Right.
Hey, who the hell is
Craig
Craig
Grandpa.
Black? Craig what?
That's great grandpa. That's
Jacob looking over the thing like this. What the hell? Shout out to Listen Vision. Everybody up at Listen
Right.
Vision doing a great
Great
job. Our
producers.
producer is a bomb. Is
Yes.
thebomb.com.
Man, this is off the chain too.
Yeah.
Y'all need to check out the studio. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. This is really nice.
And if you
Great.
guys want to be a part of Spotlight Over the City, inbox, send us email, www.spotlightoverthecity.com. Go like our Facebook page, Spotlight Over the City on Facebook. Make sure you check us out. We the show will rerun on Spotlight Over the City as well. And on that note, you guys, we got to wrap it up. Have a wonderful show. Appreciate you guys
See
for
you
tuning
next
in.
week, next
Love
Thursday,
hard.
each and every Thursday.
That's right. Get your Blackbird Melly copy too. Amazon, Barnes & Noble. Blackbird Melly, Transformation of a Gangster. Love hard. Live good. God first. We
Spotlight
gone.
over the city.
I put the spotlight on your I put the spotlight